I'm in a much better mindset now. Um, it did a lot for my confidence too. That's another thing I want to get into.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got something truly inspiring for you guys. We're diving into the incredible transformation of my client, Darnell, a journey that was more than just about physical transformation. His transformation was completely about mindset and what happens when you commit to being the best version of yourself. Darnell not only leveled up in his personal life, but also in his career, and his physique has changed completely. But more importantly, his mindset has allowed him to influence everyone else around him. So you won't believe his progress. Let's get right into it.
Um, like little personal accomplishments on the fitness side. Man, I feel
Oh yeah.
great. Uh, Honestly, this week I've been sort of busy, but I've still met all the requirements. Like wake up, um, started eating before I work out. Um, what else? Honestly, I've been getting my steps in. And I go like well above that because the goal is 10K. A lot of times, especially like if I valet, I'll usually get to 12 to 14,000 steps. So that's why like there's a spike on the weekends. But whenever I don't valet, those days where I'm in the office and I'm sitting down, I compensate by just like sometimes whenever I wake up, I'll just walk around my apartment complex just to warm up a little bit. I take walks at work too because they have a big trail there, and me and one of my coworkers, we have a habit of like we'll start working and we'll just take a break, and maybe for 30 minutes we'll walk around the trail there. Excuse me. Um, and then I just like walk into like in general, even before all of this, I always like just get my face out the screen, whether it's my phone or laptop, and I just like to walk. So sometimes there's a parking garage I'll go to, and I'll just walk and clear my mind, or I'll go to a water fountain by my complex. There's a trail, the Bluebonnet Trail in Plano. That's like religious for me. I go there like once a week at least. Um, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then on the gym side, shoot, it's been great. Like obviously the footage you saw, I don't know why it took me long to understand because I knew the lateral raises, that was the one thing I struggled with, bro. But once I was like, okay, flick my wrist, and like that's all I did. Like because everything else I felt like I was doing pretty good. Like maybe there's a little tweaks. I flicked my wrist and I'm like, okay, that's what he was talking about. So then I got it easy, you know. So I was happy to do that. And then I felt great in the gym too. Um, I've never really felt bad in the gym, but as we went on, like I feel like I have more energy. Um, Whenever I start my workout, because I don't put it in the sheet, but I do Stairmaster as well. I start off usually it's nothing serious. It's like 8 minutes, level 8, and I'll put my weight on there. And that's like I've always done that before every workout pretty much just to warm myself up. And then I'll get into like say if it's leg day, I'll do the leg extensions to warm my legs up specifically. Excuse me. So that's another easy way to get steps too. So
Oh,
yeah, it's really no excuse. It's like even if I'm like I know if it's 12 o'clock and I only have like 3,000 steps, I know exactly what I need to do to go and get the remaining steps. Either go for a run at the trail, which I'm pretty much guaranteed to get 7 to 8,000 steps, or I could just walk if I don't have that many steps left. Just walk around the complex or walk to the mailbox. Um, so yeah, I've pretty much been on autopilot. Um, and another thing I didn't tell you yet, which is good. So I saw one of your videos where you were trying to HEB like pre-marinated chicken. No, I tried that
so
mug the other
fire.
day. Yeah, it was good. It was. I put it in the oven and I cooked it. I'm gonna get it again. It was good, and
Bro,
then
it's
it cuts
fire.
down on a lot of the time. Yeah, it cuts down on the time that I have to prepare the food too, because it's pre-cooked and all of that. So all I have to do is just make the rice. And I got a new rice cooker, and I could put it actually cooks the rice a little better too. Um, so yeah, autopilot, the scoop of protein, the protein bar, everything. Been good. And I've been telling everybody, I know I'm just rambling, but um I've been telling everybody like about the benefits too. Like, yeah, the first week or two is tough because I still have all of those old habits in my system.
Yep.
But after like the first 2 weeks, when I really start to notice progress and when I start noticing like, okay, I'm sleeping through the full night, I'm like, okay, let me stick with this. And then it becomes just the norm.
Yep.
Um, and a lot of people, it's not like super easy. A lot of people, their whole lives, they've eaten poorly, or maybe they're not into fitness. Um, but at least for me, I'd say it wasn't a super bad transition. Um, and I try to tell the people all of the benefits for it. Like, you're not gonna hurt from it. Like, yeah, you might miss eating this and that, but it's not a forever thing either. Like, if you have a goal you're trying to reach that goal, and then once you get to that goal, just do, like, if you want to eat something, eat it in moderation. Like, don't eat it every day.
Amen.
Like I know probably after your show, you've probably maybe eaten one or two things that you've been just craving, haven't you? Yeah, see,
Yeah.
there's like one or two things I'm craving to eat. I want to reward myself with that. But at the end of the day, like, building the routine and like wiring your brain to work a certain way day in and day out and abiding by that lifestyle, it's more than just fitness. It just changes the way you think, you know. And I brought this up on our last call. I think it's giving me more energy at work, with school and studying. Like, I wake up a lot faster because before, man, I was sluggish, bro. Like, I would wake up, sometimes stomach be hurting, or I'd be tossing and turning the whole night. But now, like, I get up, I know, okay, let me get up and walk, get my blood flowing, and I won't take my phone with me on those short walks either. Like, I'll just leave my phone in my room, and I'll throw my Apple Watch on, so that way I could count the steps, but I'm not distracted looking at nothing. And then, like, now I could think clearly and stuff. So without eat and go to the gym, or if I have to go into the office, I'll do that. But I'm in a much better mindset now. It did a lot for my confidence too. That's another thing I want to get into. So I remember for the longest years ago, I would run with like my shirt off. But then I noticed, like, when I started eating more and I started gaining more weight on that front, excuse me, um, I wasn't as confident. I didn't like how I looked as much, so I would wear, shirts, which is not a bad thing, but it was just I would refuse to take my shirt off and stuff. There was other people around, but now, like, every time I go running, I take my shirt off. Like, I'm doing that right now.
Let's go.
A lot for my confidence as well. But yeah, you know, overall, like, this whole plan, it's been awesome. And I was trying to spread the gospel too. Like I said, I tell people the benefits, told my parents. And I think the last thing I'm gonna get into, like, this weekend, obviously, again, my sister graduated, and I've been with my family. They don't eat the best. Like, they're not big or anything, but my dad, like, maybe he'll get something. Hey, son, you want something? Like, you want some wing? I'm like, nah, man, I'm still on this plan. You know, and early on, maybe the first week, I would have taken a nibble out of something or something like that. But now, like, man, this give me a few weeks, and then maybe I'll try something. But for now, I'm literally at the finish line. Uh, and same with, I was at my friend's house Friday, yeah, and eat none of this. And I'm like, if it's not on the plan, she asked me like 3 times, and the third time I was like, if it's not on the plan, I can't eat it. That's why I brought my meals over here. So when I do get hungry, it's time to eat again. I won't, I'm not craving nothing. I'm not, oh, well, I don't have nothing to eat, so I'm gonna eat this. Nah. And
Yeah.
that's another thing I want to throw in there too. Like, if I know I'm gonna be gone for a while, like if I'm at somebody's house or across town, I'll just throw two or three of the meals. I'll eat one of them before I leave, and I'll throw two or three of them along with like, the like maybe a thing of protein mix in a mason jar, and then like two rice cakes and the almond butter and a protein bar. I'll throw those all in like a bag or two. So when it's time to eat, I don't have no excuse. I can just go and eat what I need to eat, and then I'm good. I'm not hungry, I'm not craving nothing. I'm getting my macros and steps in and all of that, even if I'm away from home. Excuse me. So yeah, overall, shit, I feel great, man. I feel great. Out there.
Oh, you cut out.
Just keep going. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just said I have to keep going. Overall, mentally and physically, I feel great. You know, in and out of the gym, I've been doing good things, and I just have to keep the momentum going. There's always going to be temptation. Like, I think I told you a few weeks ago, like while I was valeting, someone gave me food, and I was like, man, I can't eat this. So I offered it
The chicken and
to.
waffles.
Yeah, and it was fresh too. It wasn't like it had just been sitting there. Like the steam was still coming up off of them. So I was like, bruh. So I offered it to
The
the
steam
security
is
guard.
crazy.
He said, yeah, he said no. And then my best friend, he usually relieves me on the job. He comes in after me, and he said no because he had just eaten. And then by the time he was able to eat that, like it was already like, yeah, it was already sort of old. So I had to like throw it out. I hated doing that, but I was like, I'd rather do that than have to tell you I ate 1,500 calories off the plane of some junk. Which chicken waffles is good. It ain't junk taste wise, but nutrition wise, it's not good.
But yeah,
But yeah, stuff like that, I've totally changed my mentality on. And I feel great, man. I just feel great.
I love to hear that,
Very
bro.
good.
I'm so proud of you from getting your comp TIA certification, bro. I'm looking at your sheet now. The last 7 weeks, you've been like literally lights out. You look incredible. Your
Yeah.
training has come such a long way. That's why, like, when we
Yeah.
first started and you were like, are we going to bulk or are we going to cut? I'm like, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on changing our
Yeah.
mindset and our habits and our identity. And you've done that to a freaking T. And I've just seen you transform
Yeah.
right in front of my face, bro. And so, dude, I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you. So proud.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I feel like there was one more thing I was gonna mention. Yeah, I think I mentioned like even after the plan of after the the
Oh,
the
your
plan for the
service cut
most
out,
part. Like
bro.
I might. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Not here.
It's better.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
I said even after like the 10 weeks is over, I must still abide by the part. Like I might incorporate fish and turkey, like light stuff that still has protein into it, but overall, like still, there's too many benefits to just eating healthy. Like, and that's where all of this is, in my opinion. Because I was going to the gym before, but it was just the in the kitchen, the diet stuff. That's like 100%. That's the main thing that's changed throughout all of this. Uh, but yeah, that's what I want to say. That's I was trying to.
100%. Dude, it's I was gonna ask you something about.
Mhm.
Damn. So all right, so that's what it was. So there's 2 weeks left on the plan, dude. Like I
Mhm.
want to get some good like photos of you afterwards and like see like and like keep this up. But like what's next for you? Like where do you see?
After, um, I like I said, I'm gonna still do the same thing. Like I've been doing the same thing for this is the end of week 8. So a lot of it, I'm gonna still do like the chicken and rice. Plus, another thing, cost wise, like it's efficient. Like it's better. I go up already. I get the 25-pound bag of jasmine rice from Costco. That lasts me months. So that's already cutting down on costs. Um,
100%.
it's just the chicken. Usually, I have to refill on that, and then it's the certain brands too. Like there was some chicken I got from like HEB. It's called Hill Country. That shit is trash. But then they have other brands that are good. Like I think Tom Thumb has Signature Select or something. It's like it has a green label on it. They're really good. And then HEB's like own natural chicken is pretty good too. Um, there's stuff like that. I'm gonna keep up. Uh, like I said, going forward after the 10 weeks is over, I'll probably start eating fish again because I do like salmon. Um, salmon has a lot of benefits. Um, maybe turkey, uh, fish for sure, but turkey maybe. Um, but overall, like it's gonna remain pretty much the same. Creatine, I'll probably stop just because I know now like how much of a difference that too was me. Even though it has a lot of benefits in the gym, weight wise, it's like impossible to lose weight. Like no matter how much cardio you do or how much you stop eating or whatever, it's hard because you hold so much water. Um, so I'll probably stop that, even though I've already stopped going for it. I'll probably stop that. Um, damn, just saw ZL win. My bad.
I mean,
But yeah, to answer your question, yeah,
oh yeah,
I'm still be. If you ask me something about it, I'm gonna tell you like I'm still doing the same thing.
oh yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I was gonna say, let's start implementing some of the changes that you want to make these last 2 weeks. If you want to start getting more salmon in the diet or more um, different fish, or
hmm
throw some beef in there with the fats, like let's start playing around with that now in MyFitnessPal, and that way, like
hmm
we can track over the next couple of weeks. Like, all right, this is where we need to be, and then also we can tweak the calories if you like where you're at. Like at the end of the 10 weeks, and you want to
hmm
stay like this lean, we can play around with the calories so that you're at your maintenance and you're not continually in a deficit. Because like you've been
yeah,
in like a 200 calorie deficit for the last like 8 weeks, and you've been losing 1 to 2 pounds, about 2 pounds a week. So if
yeah,
you stay here, then you'll continue to obviously drop, and we'll have to get you back up to get you healthy. Um,
hmm
for the next 2 weeks, let's plan on incorporating some of the foods that you'd like to eat. Like obviously not going crazy, because like the body, what I've noticed, especially coming out of this last show, is that the body loves comfort. As soon as you give it a
yeah,
little bit of comfort, you sleep in a little bit, or like you eat something that's like different, it's like, all right, now I want more of what's different.
hmm
And so like let's practice like adjusting over the
yeah,
next couple weeks so that now this can be sustainable. Now you're on the fly and your friend's like, I want, do you want a piece of pizza, or do you want this, or do you want that? You're like, all right, let me see if I can incorporate that in my macros,
hmm
and nutrient
yeah,
timing and all that stuff.
yeah,
That makes sense. What I was saying about the carbs pre-workout and post.
yeah. Because when I started doing that, I remember that day. For one, man, it was hard, bro. Because what day was? I think it was a Monday when I did. It was either Monday or Tuesday when I ate early in the morning before my workout. It was hard because I'm used to either eating around noon or maybe later in the afternoon. That's where I get the chicken and rice. That's when that starts. And leg days, I always go in the afternoon because I don't want to like wear myself out before the office because that's a taxing workout. So I would always, you know, before it was like it really wasn't until like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I started working. It was when I started locking in on studying for that exam because I knew I didn't want to ruin my momentum studying throughout the day by stopping for an hour and a half to go to the gym. You have to change clothes and drive and all of that. I didn't want to stop studying, so that's why I started going in the mornings. But I remember when I started that I had a lot more energy um, from eating. Didn't struggle as much like towards the last couple of reps with my,
Yep.
since I had food in my system rather than, raw dogging it going early. But, yeah, no, definitely, yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm taking the NASM courses, and I was learning about like why that is. And it's because your body like has glucose. It's like glucose is like the main part where your body has energy. Like that's where it pulls the energy from. It's like the primary source. And it's stored in the liver and the muscles, and any additional energy is stored as glycogen, which is a form of glucose. So glucose is derived from carbs, and then during exercise, your muscles will utilize the glucose for the immediate energy. So like you carb up beforehand so that you have enough energy to power through, and then afterwards, once you're depleted of that glycogen and that glucose, then you turn around and give your body carbs to build up the glycogen again, which is obviously how muscles.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's why I felt that way.
This is what I learned yesterday, was that fats have the lowest satiety signal response. So like satiety is like the feeling of fullness. So protein and carbs typically give you a higher sense of satiety or fullness. And then fats, it takes longer for the hormone, which is leptin. Leptin sends a signal to the brain that says, okay, I'm full. And so fats have like a longer time. So like when you're eating like burgers and bullshit, that's why like people can stuff their face with calories and shit. And they're like, damn, because like their leptin is like taking so long for them to say, okay, I'm full. And now they've consumed 3,000 calories.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, that adds up now. Yep. Damn.
But yeah, most of the bullshit, like fast food shit, it's just like crazy and fats and carbs and little protein. So
yeah,
it can, that's a whole different ball game. But this is so cool to see everything come together, bro. Like, you were my like very first case study who like, bro, you freaking smacked. You and Jordan just fucking crushed it. You were hands down my best case study, dude. And so I just want to tell you, like, bro, thank you. Like, not just for me and my proof, but like the person you've become, and like your whole identity has changed, bro. And like, this has been a blessing to be a part of, bro. So no, I appreciate you. I'm glad I'm definitely glad we passed cross the show.
If you don't mind me asking, how did because there was 2 or 3 other people, right?
Yeah.
They've done well too.
Jordan's down to the lowest since he's at 181. He started at 195, I think. So he's leaning out. And then Tristan, he just went dark on me, to be honest. Like a week ago, he like lost 13 pounds, and then he has vacation coming up in like 2 weeks, and I think he was just happy like where he was.
Yeah, damn.
And I was like, damn, bro, like figure it out for me, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah. So it was just us 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess we all did good.
Yeah, everyone lost double digit, like, everyone got what they came for. So.
Yeah.
And then I also got what I wanted. Like this has been the best experience for me. Like this is how I knew. Like, bro, I don't know if I told you this, but I put in my notice at my corporate job.
Yeah, I checked out some of your videos on your other channel, because I follow your fitness channel, because I see you sort of tag those posts too. And then I saw it. I was like, damn, that's interesting, because you say you were making pretty good buck from bang from that. So yeah, but I see, that's your passion. Shoot, go for it, bro.
Yeah, bro, I love this. Yeah, I was making 6 figures at that company, and I was like, bro, I'm out. Like, this is something that I enjoy, and like you were a big part of that decision. Like,
damn, that means a lot, man.
Yeah, bro,
it means a lot. Yeah, I could tell too, how other people's or my decisions affect other people. Because I'll tell you, I have a little brother. I think I've told you about him. He's not much younger than us. He's about to be 24 this year. And I started working out in 2018. That's when I started going to Fitness Connection here in Houston. Um, and then a couple of years later, my brother started working out, and he saw me like meal prepping. I would eat literally chicken, rice, and broccoli every day, and this was during COVID. So I had to do like store pickups, wear my mask, types of stuff like that, and I'll eat the same thing every day. And then my brother, he does that now. He does the exact same thing, and like my dad will ask him like, you want to come with me to? And my dad, he's not a bad influence at all, but my dad, he's never really been like into eating right. He exercises, like he plays golf, he played basketball, he runs and stuff, but eating wise, nah, my dad, he's a bad influence in that regard. But he'll ask my brother, you want to come to the bar or whatever and eat some whatever wings, or do you want some pizza? And my brother like, nah, I made some food already. And then he'll pull out like some beef and rice or some chicken and rice. And then my parents told him he got that from me, which is funny. So it's funny how influential we can be. Yeah. And then even my sister, for a while, she started working out, going to the gym too, but she stopped. Just because her schedule is hectic sometimes or whatever. But she stopped. But she was following that too. I don't know if it was because of me or because of her friends, but either way, she started it. So it's funny just how we can influence other people by, just focusing on fitness and eating right.
Big time. Bro, I tell people all the time, bro, it's so much bigger than fitness. I could give a damn if someone's physique changes, but if we can change their mentality and then change the
Yeah,
mentality of everyone else around them, that's what I'm here to do. That is like our purpose
right,
on this planet is to make a change and make an impact.
right. And I think too, the last thing I'll say, having a healthy relationship with food too, because burgers, everybody loves burgers, everybody loves hot dogs, pause, pizza, stuff like that. Cause hey, some grilled Oscar Mayer, bro, them shits is good. I don't care what people say. But
No facts. Glizzy Gobbler,
but
real shit.
yeah, like having I think it's about having a healthy relationship with those foods and eating them in moderation. Cause there would be times where I'd be stressed out or I wouldn't look at myself right. I'm a grown man, but still, we have opinions and feelings and stuff too. And a lot of times I wouldn't feel like cooking, going through that drag of cooking and seasoning food. The easiest thing to do is to go to McDonald's or Wingstop or Whataburger and get something. And I'll realize through this, a lot of times I was doing that as a cope, like to cope with something or how I was feeling or how I view myself. And I feel like I rewired that in my brain throughout this 8 weeks and going forward too. It's not just this 8 weeks, it's just the past 8 weeks. Um, Rewiring the way my brain views food and changing that relationship with it. Um, so I think that's a big part of it too, because those foods they're like we agree on, they're very enjoyable. A burger, bro. I've been craving a burger. That's the one thing I've craved throughout this is a burger. But having that like on 4th of July or something, or your family having a cookout every once in a while, that's cool, bro. Like enjoy that. But every day or every other day, that's when it becomes a problem. And you start noticing patterns and stuff that aren't healthy. But yeah, I think that's another thing that I learned about myself. I want to say throughout this process that's life changing. And that's why I try to tell other people.
Yeah.
You know,
Bro, it's the disciplines. Like I just was talking about that on my story yesterday. I was talking about how when I'm locked in on my diet, I'm not doing the things because it's, bro, like you're saying, it's so easy to go through the drive-through and get something. It's quick, it's easy. It's like, and most of the times when I'm stressed, even currently, I'm like I was doing grocery shopping yesterday and I was a little bit hungry. And I walked up and I was like, damn, one pack of Oreos won't hurt. I picked it up, put it in my cart. I kept walking around. I was like, man, this is some bullshit. Took the Oreos, put them shits back, went home and ate my meal prep. And I was like, and then that
yeah,
reinforced the next day. It's like, all right, the next day I know I'm waking up early. I know I'm doing my cardio and all the positive things start to reinforce each other. It's like,
yeah,
and now that you have the systems to be able to like do that, like, bro, like you're just stacking wins and it's been
yeah, yeah, man. It's been great, man. It's been great. Nothing but benefits. Nothing but benefits. And a lot of people they'll compliment me too. They're like, man, because some of my friends are like, man, I notice it like with the way I look, because a lot of it changes in your face too. Like your face slims down a little bit, especially when you lose 16, 17 pounds. Um, I've noticed it mainly in like my abdominal area, because when me, you, and you know who went to the gym, I had I had a belly on me. My chest was okay, but I had a belly on me from eating all that stuff. But now, bro, all that is gone. Like you even see it in the pictures, it's flat, and I don't even have to flex for it to show. Like I have
Yeah.
muscles there clearly. Um, so yeah, it's awesome, bro. Too many benefits. Too many benefits.
Yeah, and dude, you look. That's why I was saying, like when you change that relationship, like you've seen the results. You even look bigger now and more defined than when you started, and you're 17, 18 pounds less than when we began. So it's like,
Yep.
how can I weigh
Yep.
so much less and look so much bigger?
Yeah. Yep. That's true. It's true, man. It's awesome. And I
I'm
think
proud of
you
you, bro.
asked about, yeah, you mentioned about changes from the diet perspective. I think working out, I'm gonna keep a lot of this stuff too, like what we've done. I might go back to going maybe 6 days a week for the because I miss squatting. That was as taxing as it was. That was my favorite exercise. So I might implement an extra day with that, either on Thursday or Sunday. Probably Thursday. Thursday probably be much better. Um, but other than that, like you know, I'm gonna keep a lot of this for now. And I know it's good to switch up a lot of your workouts anyway after like maybe 8 to 12 weeks, because your muscles get used to like the same movements. At least that's what I've heard. Um, but I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change too much. Uh, like the cable extensions, I like those. The rows, man. Once I started doing those right, bro, my back was like
Yeah.
sizzling after those workouts, and then the T-bar rows too. It had been a long time since I had done those before this plan, but those, like, my back is usually tight, and I go to sleep and wake up the next day. It looks a little bit different usually, in a good way, because I'm working the right muscles. So yeah, those probably gym wise, that's probably the only thing I'll change. I might just have a day where I go in the gym and just do squats and maybe calf raises, but I won't do like a full leg workout because, like I said, it's taxing. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. It's a lot I have to say, but that's all I have to say.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah, man,
dude.
can't
Proud.
man can't thank you enough, man, for you know put me on this plan, wanting to coach, because it changed you and then it changed me too, for the better. You know, it
Sir,
helped a lot.
been a pleasure, bro. For the dude, you're like, first of all, your legs are you have better legs than me. Your legs are incredible. I'm showing my coach your progress, and I'm like, dude, this dude is incredible. Like, if he wants to bodybuild, this dude would be a pro in no time.
Yeah.
Uh, but for homework for the next 2 weeks, like I want you to go and play around in MyFitnessPal and text me if you have questions. Upload some
Hmm.
beef meals in there. Upload some salmon. Upload some stuff that you've been wanting to try out, the last
Hmm.
few weeks, and
Okay.
make it fit the macros. And if we have to adjust, then we can. But let's start doing that over the next 2 weeks so that we can make adjustments if we need to.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get back to Dallas today, and then I have to go get something from the store. Well, actually, no, I still have chicken in my freezer. I can just thaw out, but I'll have to get some stuff from the store soon. So yeah, I'm gonna do that today probably.
Cool. Cool. All right, my brother.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
safe travels. I'm about to check in with Jordan, and
Hmm.
bro, let me know if you need anything. I'm always here, bro.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna send you those. I took my pictures on the backdrop this morning. I'm gonna send them to you as soon as we end the call too.
Cool. Sounds good, bro. I'm looking forward
Yes,
to
sir.
it. Much love,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
I'll talk to you soon.
Take care, bro. All
All
right,
right, my
man.
guy. Later.